Don't look at me like this. Uh, I'm not trying to gag you, but you shouldn't stop living while you're healing. Uh, I said, yeah, I said it. And you know exactly what I'm talking about because you've been guilty of it. I've been guilty of it. We see each other. When we go through stuff, it's easy to put everything on pause because we're healing and you don't want to get back into a bad space where you once were, and you think because you're healing, you should protect yourself from every single thing. You should avoid certain trigger, and that can be true to some extent. But there comes a point where we tend to use this I'm healing excuse to stop living. You shouldn't hide behind the word healing to not do the thing that you're supposed to do and you know you should do. Because as much as I understand that you may be hurting a lot. I know, I know. But if you keep protecting yourself by not putting yourself out there, not moving on when it's time and you know you can, even if it's hard, if you keep doing this, you're gonna get stuck and it's gonna get harder and harder to get out of it. If you hide behind an excuse of, I'm healing, to get yourself out of everything, every opportunity, everything the universe sends you, everything that whatever you believe in sends you, if you use this as an excuse to cut yourself from everything and everyone, it's not helping you. You may need a period of time where you do this. I'm not telling you to not, but it shouldn't last forever. And if it starts to last forever, and if you catch yourself, which I hope you do, thinking in, I'm not ready for this, I'm not healed enough for this, we're never healed enough. This is an illusion. This is the exact same thing as wanting everything to be perfect. If you keep searching and pursuing perfection, you're never going to get it because guess what? Perfection doesn't exist. Exactly the same as a completely healed person doesn't exist because being completely healed would mean that you are perfect. You are perfectly in tune with yourself and you have no scars, no past trauma. It's unrealistic. So cutting yourself off from everything just because you're healing is simply making yourself worse. But I understand where it's coming from. It's coming from a need to protect yourself from everything you've been through. I'm not telling you that it is stupid to do that. You think you have your best interest in mind when doing this. But really, at some point, it stopped being in your best interest and it started being against yourself. You've reached this threshold of hiding behind healing to avoid living because living is hard. It's not easy sometimes. And I understand that. And it's even harder when you're actively healing from something, but it doesn't mean that you shouldn't live. Let's say you have been hurt so deeply that it felt like the end of the entire world. And if it was, I'm sorry. I'm truly sorry. But imagine yourself, I don't know how old you are. Imagine yourself a few decades later, a few years later, it doesn't matter. Imagine a version of you that continued living. And imagine a version of you that was healing for this entire time and blocked everything out because they needed to heal. They weren't ready. Imagine where those two people would be. The person that kept on living, meeting new people, loved again, kept growing, kept pushing through no matter what it was. If it was physical, they pushed through, they did the work, they did every single thing they could to get back in shape, to get back where they were once they got hurt. Exactly the same thing emotionally, for love, for a partner, for somebody that you lost, for a business. Imagine a person that kept on living, that kept on doing things, pushing through after they give themselves time to heal. I'm not trying to tell you to avoid every sentiment, every emotion you have, because that would be worse. But on the other hand, you have that person that spent all those years, those decades, cutting themselves off completely from every single thing that they may think would trigger them. Where would they be? Where would they be? Imagine, I can't imagine for you. I don't know your personal situation, but just imagine if you keep cutting yourself off from everything, no matter what it is. Think about those two persons and decide which one you want to be. The person that one day decided to believe in love again, believe in magic, believe that everything good could still happen to them. On the other side, you have the one that kept healing. It was not ready. Not today. I'm not ready to go on a date yet. I'm not healed enough. I'm not ready to try again this business thing. It's been a year, it's been 2 years, and I really don't think I'm ready. What if I fail again? What about the business that could succeed? What about the first date that may turn into the love of your life after you thought you would never be loved again? What about this? If you hide behind healing, you're basically hiding behind your life, not living it. And you're cutting yourself off from receiving every single thing that you could. Decide which person you want to be. Cutting yourself off from everything and everyone is not healing or being healed. It's avoiding the trigger because you still fear it. And it's okay to still fear something. You don't have to wait until you're healed enough that you don't fear it. You have to face it, just like every single thing in life. If you hide from it, you're not facing it. If you're not facing it, there's still power that this situation or person holds over you. Power is control. You let everything else control you if you're not facing it because you hide behind healing. Gagged. Gag it. I gagged you. I know. I've been there too. This is not about, you know, hitting you with the bat. It's about letting you understand that maybe this is a cycle that you keep doing, a never ending cycle. We love this here. Actually, we don't love it, but we're very aware of never ending cycle. You know, I feel like a lot of things in life revolves around never ending cycle, good or bad. But at some point, you gotta break it. You gotta break the cycle. You gotta break the never ending cycle. It has to end at some point. When you start facing your fear, is when you're gonna realize that you are healed. Now, like I said before, you're never going to be perfectly healed. If you expect that you will feel healed when you don't fear anything in your life, you're never going to feel healed. Because being healed is knowing that this still scares you a little, but you can handle it. This is being healed. This is understanding that you're capable of going through this. Now, granted, don't put yourself in a situation where it's going to trigger you. That's not what I'm saying. It's understanding that you will still have a weakness. When somebody breaks their foot and they've been running their entire life, after, when they're healed, they're still going to have a little weakness on the foot that they broke. Because it's normal. It's a trauma. You've been broken. You're never going to be perfect. You're never going to be perfectly healed because it doesn't exist. But if you cut yourself from everything, you're never gonna get better. Being healed is understanding that you will always maybe fear something, but you are capable of going through it and living your life even with that, because you are growing every single day. You are getting better every single day. You're understanding yourself. You are loving yourself. This is what healing is about. Pushing through. Keep going. And while you do all of this, don't forget to scream, to cry, to feel every emotion. This is also healing. You're not supposed to lock everything up and act tough. This is not healing. This is avoiding. It's part of it, but it shouldn't be every single day. You shouldn't hide behind all of this. Protect your peace, but don't rest in peace. It's not time. Kind of ate with that one. I post on this channel every single day. Don't forget to subscribe, like the video if I helped you, and leave me a comment telling me anything you want or anything you want me to talk about. And also, you might like this one. Keep watching. Keep healing. And until then, be unapologetic, and most of all, be iconic.